I have the worst social anxiety in the world doing this, but we need to face our fears. I have a donut today, and this is pistachio and white chocolate, which I haven't tried before. So this is a new thing I'm trying. So terrified of existing. Okay, let's try it. It's a bagel. And it's raining. So I don't want any comments about my hair. I know. Don't tell me. It's very humid today and it's raining. Fun fact, you would never know because I have no umbrella in the video. The Shinjuku Gyoen Gardens, which are on the other side of this station that I just came out of, which is Sendagaya station. And we're gonna check it out because apparently it costs 500 yen to enter, which is like $3.50 to $4 for maintenance fees. And it's really, really big on the map. I'm just gonna get stared at either way. I've tried everything, truly. And it's because I'm a white person in Japan with tattoos and piercings. And I'm just gonna get stared at either way, so who cares if I'm getting stared at because I'm talking to a camera. I'm literally constantly being stared at either way. So on some level, I just need to stop caring and just kind of like, it's almost like I'm just gonna get stared at either way, so why don't I just do something weird? Because I'm not bothering anybody, who cares if I'm being weird? Because my existence, speaking English, being a white person with blue eyes, having piercings, having tattoos is already weird enough. I see the station, I just came out of the station. I think I need to go around it somehow or through it. And then the gardens are on the other side. So I'll have to ask Google how to do that. I think I see a potential entrance. The pork cutlet sandwich. It is quite literally just a pork cutlet on bread. I got stared at in the States too, because of the tattoos and the piercings. Like, it's just a frequent thing that's gonna happen to me because I did this. I'm fully aware of it. It's just something that happens. Except in the United States, people would try to talk to me, like old men would try to come up and talk to me about my tattoos, because I still get stared at. But that's normal for me. But I don't get spoken to. Sometimes I do, that's a lie. Usually I don't get spoken to. And when I do, it's not in English, and I can pretend I don't understand a single word that anyone is saying, even though about 10% of the time I actually do understand a little bit of what's being said. And it's usually uncomfortable or gross. I'm quite literally being stared at right now. So I'm worried I'm gonna get rained on in the garden, but I do have my umbrella with me. So I just need to find the underpass. It is raining though. It is like fully starting to rain. So look at that. That's so pretty. Can't we see the gardens in like June? Barcelona, cause it's getting to know you well. I'm crying in Cali alone. I'm jealous of the whole damn city. It's making me. And just move to voiceover. I think this is the part where I switch to voiceover and find my way inside the garden and tell you about the history and things like that from a voiceover screen. Also, it's raining and I don't want to hold my camera too much anymore like this. So, we're gonna have to do that. See, arguably, one of the nicest things about big cities is leaving them and finding these little oases. Like, this is just a street on the way to the gardens. The gardens will be a proper oasis, but I think I've spent a lot of time in bigger cities, Portland, Seattle, LA, Tokyo now, when I travel, trying to find places that are quiet. And that's kind of how I travel and how I have traveled. I'm like a mountain girl. I'm from the middle of nowhere. And so I always seek out those places that are quiet and less well known and oddly green. That's the kind of travel content that I'll be making, because I love living in big cities for the convenience, but I don't like staying in them, and I'm often finding ways to escape them when I visit them. So we're gonna have just like introvert-friendly travel content over here. That's gonna be my whole shtick. We visited on the only day that they're closed, which is a Monday. So we're just gonna walk around the area for a minute. And we'll come back to this tomorrow, because tomorrow's Tuesday and it's open and it's my day off. So, you know, it's fine. All good things come in due time. But like, look at that. It's already really pretty back here. I can wait a day to experience that. I don't know what that is, but it's like cute. It's probably someone's house, honestly. Even if it like pours rain, I have to come back. This is such a pretty area. So I'll probably do that tomorrow. Like, oh my god, I keep seeing things that I want to be in or on or near. You can walk most places. It's a huge city, but mostly things are like generally close. So you can walk from one place to another quite often, and you will be walking like a lot. Like, I think I walk like maybe 2 miles or more a day at minimum on average. Sometimes more and sometimes less, but generally no less than a mile. I'm less anxious the more that I do it. But now my hair's in my face and I can't fix it because I look weird if I do. Yet the more that I film in public, the more I take photos in public, etc., the less weird I feel about it. But if you've noticed the size of my eyes, I'm still quite anxious because I feel like I look crazy, but I'm not the only vlogger in the world. I have anxiety. But also I'm not the only vlogger in the world with anxiety, so. Oh god, someone's looking at me. It is huge. It is massive. It's the Tokyo National Stadium. I don't have any further information on it because I've just discovered it just now, but it is massive. A lot of cars are stopping now, and all of them are staring at me in my head.
In 500 meters, take a right onto the path.
I discovered a detour, but it sort of vaguely looks haunted, and I love that. This is in the middle of Tokyo. It never ceases to astound me that in Tokyo there are all these spots that are protected or set aside that are still natural. This whole walk, this whole area has been soothing for the soul. It's so lush, it's so green. I mean, even despite the rain, it's so nice. And I'm like thoroughly enjoying just walking around. Like, look behind me. It's so nice. We're over close to Yoyogi and Meiji Jingumae, and those are both really lush, beautiful areas that I highly, highly recommend. I think we're really gonna be visiting anything today, just because on Monday it seems like a lot isn't open, which is fine. But what I will say is we're gonna take a look at a couple temples, and at the very least, we got to walk around this neighborhood of Tokyo. and an introduction to introvert travel and the kind of vibe that I want to bring to introvert travel. Look at how cute. Seriously, like, look how cute it is out here. So apparently there's another temple down this way. So we're gonna go see if we can find it, and if not, that'll conclude our adventure. So, we've discovered the temple. It doesn't look active or open, so I'm gonna go putz around on the internet and see what I can find when I get home. But it is in this really beautiful area, this really cute alleyway. And in the rain, it just seems so magical. And sometimes you need to find the magic in the ordinary. And when this is your ordinary, thank you for letting me film this to the gods. So before I go, the proper way to pray, I have nowhere to set my phone down to show you this, but the proper way to pray is to clap twice, bow, bow again, and clap. That awakens the gods, sends your prayer, and sends respect. And if you can, if there's a little donation box, always put in, like, I think it's a 5 yen coin usually. Or it can be any coin from what I've noticed. You can correct me in the comments, but what I've seen usually is a 5 or 10 yen coin. We're gonna say goodbye to this beautiful little temple and be on our merry way back into the hustle and bustle of the city. Oh, it's so cute though. I do enjoy this. But at some point I need to go home. My words, we will check out that garden when it's open. I think I'm gonna make that a goal for tomorrow, to check out those gardens, just to get me out of the house, to give myself a goal. So I don't lay in bed all day because depression. But I think that'll get me out of the house, and then we can see those gardens together, because this is a really beautiful area. And I would also like to go when I haven't been working overtime, given that I'm still in business clothing. I don't know what I'll do with the rest of my day, but this was a nice little detour from the hustle and bustle of the area that I'm usually in, but this is nice out here. I like calm. So thanks for joining. And I'll be sure to update when I go see the gardens.